my lovely vigilant owls, and I am back just to talk with y'all a little bit, just a tiny bit, about the changes I'm going to be making to thy channel. I will be finishing up the chakra readings. That's mainly first. I'm going to say that first. I'm going to be doing the chakra readings after this video because Spirit finally gave me the little boost I needed. Has been a rough day or so. So yeah, I'm back. Anywho, so I've been kind of feeling that my channel has been a bit all over the place because I'm always wanting to do new series for you guys. When I mean series, I mean tarot reading topics, because it's not just shadow work I want to do. It's not just I'm throwing, you guys got to do your shadow work, you guys got to know thyself. No, I want to break down the shadow work process for you guys through these different series I'm doing. So we have the divine check-in for just general problems, what the collective is shifting to, the energy readings. That's one series that's going to be on the channel. And how I'm going to be doing these series before I get to the rest of the series, especially the two new ones I'm going to be doing, especially here. If you have me on Facebook, you've been seeing my little hints about the new series that's going to be flying in. So how I'm going to be setting it up now is every video is going to have its own playlist. So if you feel pulled, because all of my readings, they're timeless. So if you feel pulled to watch something I said now, a year later from now, you can go back and find it, so you don't have to scroll through a bunch of content and then you get fatigued from scrolling so much trying to look for it and then you give up. I don't want that to happen to you guys because I experienced that a lot. So I'm going to be putting these into playlists for you guys, and how the playlists are going to go as I explain them. So I just say the divine check-in. Also, the divine check-in is going to be a little weird because there's different things I like, because sometimes I get stuff for just the divine feminine, sometimes I get stuff for the divine masculines, vice versa. And sometimes it's going to be divine masculine and feminine, divine I said, Lord. Like I said, I don't really write stuff down off the top of my head, except for the series, because I really want to get this down for you guys. So for the divine check-in, it's divine feminine, divine masculine, the energy shifts of what we're going to be transitioning to, what you might be experiencing, especially in your shadow work. Again, all of this is shadow work based. It's not just just generalized energy readings. It's how this shift is going to affect your shadow work. Yes, and the other things I'm going to be talking about. Then we're going to have the divine shadow work check-in. Like I said, sometimes it'll be mixed, other times it'll be just different channelings. That's why it's going to be two different YouTube series. So divine check-in and divine shadow work check-in. Then the next one, which is you guys are kind of waiting for, is the shadow work chakras. Now for the shadow work chakras, one, they are very draining to do. And two, I don't want to, it's going to be a particular series that I want to do 1 month, once or twice a month, depending on how it goes, because sometimes the chakras either follow. That's why the chakras are a bit complicated for people, because sometimes the chakras go by the astrology shifts, the energy shifts of the divine feminine and masculine. Other times it affects you just individually, because sometimes you're so absorbed in your own issues and stuff, you aren't affected by the energy shifts that happen because you're so involved in what's happening in your reality. If that makes sense. So with the shadow work chakras, I'm going to be doing, it's going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be either in the style of divine feminine, divine masculine, or the Celtic traditional 10 cards, or it'll be in however Spirit wants me to pull it. Just so we're clear, I had to reiterate that a little bit because sometimes I switch up how I do my readings a lot. And with the shadow work chakras, as I was saying, I want to try and do it personally. I want to try and do it twice a month. And it's not going to be where it's going to be all 7 chakras. It's only going to be sorry, I'm trying to find my words. Sorry. It's only going to be the chakras that are going to get hit the most at the time. So if you're experiencing really bad chakra stuff, throat chakra, you can expect a video for that. Solar plexus, expect a video for that, but it's not going to be for every single chakra unless someone like emails me and wants to, you know, or DMs me on Instagram and wants me to do this particular reading. If enough people, you know, can't just be like one person like, hey, can you do? No. If enough people, like I would say like maybe 5-10 people ask like, hey, can you do a root chakra video because I've been experiencing problems, sure, I have no problem doing it. So what else? Shadow work zodiacs. Yes, I've been very excited to do those. So shadow work zodiacs, I'm going to wait until this December 21st portal to really get into the zodiacs, because that particular energy is really shifting a lot, especially with shadow work, because in 2021, oh boy. I know my music, if you're hearing it, it's not the usual, you know, calm stuff. It's the crow. And if anyone knows about the crow, because I just tapped into the crow today, and oh my goodness, what a lot of power, especially when Uncle Bobby and Grandpa CL Freeman came through. I kind of talk to them a lot in the astro. I don't kind of just share that because for reasons, but they gave me a very heavy channeling. I'm not fully sure if I want to share that because a lot of people's hearts probably won't be able to take it, but I'm still deciding if I want to share that particular channeling I got. But it's connected to the crow, so if you have me on Facebook as a friend, etc., you'll see me posting about that a lot very soon. Okay. But for the shadow work zodiacs in general, I want to kind of wait till the portal just to see how the energy shifts, because right now, if you don't know, I'm having a sale with my shadow work readings. So the shadow work readings, they are gonna be, if you want both the shadow work journey, the shadow self reading, plus the shadow work integration, where I do one separate video for you on where you are at in your shadow work journey and how you're gonna be going to, you know, wrap things up, because that's what this December 21st portal is gonna be about. It's really wrapping things up. That's why I've been pushing all of my vigilant owls. Do your shadow work. It doesn't matter if you didn't start it yet. It doesn't matter if you're like stuck in it. You gotta figure out where you are. It's very important right now to figure out where you are in your shadow work, in your traumas, in your healing journey, etc. You gotta get all that aligned very soon. So for the sale, it is if you get both readings, shadow work self and shadow work integration, it's 50% off for both of them. And I did change my prices, so the shadow self is trying to remember $33, and the shadow integration is $44, but with the 50% off sale, sorry, I didn't write the numbers. I didn't expect to talk about my I was just going to give you guys a series, but it came to my mind. Spirit's like, tell them about the sale. I'm like, why I gotta do, like, tell them about the sale. I'm like, okay, all right. Sorry, I'm drinking my favorite tea real quick. Finally cooled down. I just made it as I was preparing for the video. And if you just want either or, it's going to be 25% off. Okay. I'll post the sale, the link. You can reach me if you would like the reading, and I'll post the prices down below for how much the sale will come up to. What else? Yeah, but for shadow work zodiacs, I'm putting that on hold only because of the big portal that's coming up in December. That's the only reason, because I kind of need to figure out where we are being kind of thrown, in a sense, where we're being thrown at in our shadow work, because I've been feeling it myself. Like a lot of stuff has been coming up. And for the shadow work zodiacs, those are kind of going to be a little wonky as well, as in terms of sometimes I'll do it as water elements, fire elements, earth and air, and then sometimes I'll do the individual signs. So yeah. So yeah, just so you guys are just prepared. That's why I'm making this video, so you guys are prepared for the content that's going to be flowing. Also, please be sure to hit the notification bell, because YouTube has been really funny with the notifications in general. Just saying, being a little wonky. Because even I notice a lot of my tarot readers, I haven't been getting their videos. Sometimes they unsubscribe from them, especially if they're like a really conscious tarot reader, kind of like myself. I try my best. I try my best. But yes, so just be sure to hit the notification bell, please. Thank you very much. What else? So the next series that's going to be put is these are the two newer ones. Self-love. Yes, I'm starting a self-love journey tarot reading, and the reason why I'm doing that is because recently I had to be honest with you guys, I had to experience a very, very terrible breakup. Very, very bad. It took the wind out of me. It really did. It did, but I'm still healing about it. So you guys are gonna come with the journey with me. Also, but I do consider the breakup a real blessing, a very divine intervention right there, because it really did open up my heart chakra to being very compassionate with myself, to not beat myself up a lot, because I have a Capricorn moon, etc. So you know, Capricorns tend to like really just work. Love working. I just love it, whether it's like for my human job, my regular job, or it's just, you know, tarot. Even if I'm not doing it on camera, I'm always planning. I'm always thinking of other ideas. I'm always something. My closest friends will say it's very hard for me to sit down. Very hard. But that particular event really showed me that don't beat myself up. Don't have like more compassion with myself. Learn when to take a break. It's not always about go. Like for instance, like I know when people first get into, you know, consciousness and spirituality, they just want to learn everything. They want to do this, they want to do that, and they don't slow down to really process the information, how it affects them, how they're going to even know thyself. Because I know the main reason why I did start doing shadow work readings is because I noticed that a lot of spiritual teachers just in general would always hint at knowing thyself, would always say, you got to know thyself, you got to do this, you got to know thyself in order for you to ascend, in order for you to be spiritual, you got to know thyself. But they never particularly talk about the process, and that's why I'm here. Hi, here to help you with knowing thyself. That means you have to get through these traumas, and when I mean traumas, they're not catastrophic events like that. I mean, trust me, a lot about if you're really deep in the spiritual community, you would know that it's very common for a lot of us to experience a lot of childhood trauma. And that's by design. So we can, you know, do this, help other people, and be able to sympathize with them much more. So, yeah. Hi. I'm your shadow work fairy. I'm your shadow godmother. I'm your hoot godmother. Hi. I don't grant wishes, but I give some damn good advice. Or hints, whatever floats your boat. What else? So yeah, that's the point of the shadow work journey. Is after I came out of that really dark state, it was almost like a really breath of fresh air when because first I did a shadow work reading on me, because of course I do my readings for me sometimes with my shadow work, because I gotta keep up on top of my shadow work, because if I can't, how am I gonna help you guys, you know? So after I did the shadow work reading for myself, I was in such like a heavy energy, and I'm like, I don't want to be in this energy anymore. I don't like it. And that's when Spirit pulled me to my more lighter cards. I don't really keep a lot of, you know, light energy cards because of, you know, the work I do, shadow work, work with, you know, more darker energies, so to speak. When I mean dark, I don't mean evil. I just mean those more deep-seated emotions, so that you can really push yourself. Because if you're always in the light, the dark just grows more and more. The shadow will eventually engulf that light. So learn how to balance your light and your dark side. You got to. And you have to learn how to be able to, what I'm learning, this is, again, I'm just talking about my experience right now. Because, you know, always learning, always growing, no matter what status you're at. No matter what, you know, title or whatever you want to call yourself. Teacher, shaman, whatever, etc. One thing is very clear. If you ignore the dark, eventually that dark is going to become like a dark tunnel for you, and the light is going to eventually disappear into like that really dark hallway, and you can never get to the end of it. You'll never be able to feel like you can get into the light if you just keep ignoring the dark behind you or around you, etc. Because you have to learn that the dark is not the light is not external, it's internal. So when you're in a dark place, the light comes from outside of you, so you can light your way. You don't go to the light, you are the light. Yes. And what I learned from that is that sometimes you have to really be in the dark to really appreciate the light when you get to it, when you find the light. So, yes. Because a lot of people want to stay in the light because they're scared of the dark, but you got to learn how to love the dark so that you can really appreciate that light, so you can really have that true gratitude for those very happy moments. It's kind of like, here's the analogy I gave myself when I was like with my guides. Because I talk to my guides like constantly. Oh my God, constantly. And I encourage you to do the same, my vigilant owls, please. Don't just talk to them when you have problems. Don't just talk to them when you need something. Please talk to them constantly. Like if you're having even just a slight stressful day, or when you wake up and you feel groggy, it's like, Spirit, what's the matter with me? What's happening? You know, talk to your spirit guides constantly, because that ups your discernment, that ups your intuition, that ups everything. Keeps your pineal open and everything. Constantly keep in touch with that spiritual side of you. Right? Yes? Okay. What else was I saying? I kind of drifted off for a second. Sorry. Tea, and then, you know, dozed off a bit. But yes, that is the point of me doing this self-love journey. Because the self-love journey, it's mainly for your heart chakra. Heart chakra, your solar plexus most definitely, and your root chakra. Because your heart chakra is the center of everything. So if you feel, you know how in certain situations or certain moments you feel like your heart chakra is like really closed and you can't access it? That's why. And don't get me wrong, the self-love journey is not just about loving thyself. It's also being able to have compassion with yourself and learning not to always beat yourself up. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of me. Like how I have a non-existent relationship with my mom. I just do. Be honest with you guys. I do. And I had to learn not to beat myself up about it, because her actions don't affect me. It did affect me, goddammit, but they don't define who I personally am. And I had to learn not to constantly beat myself up based on the programming she tried to give me. When I mean programming, I mean the things she tried to teach me, like the toxic patterns, the not being emotionally available, not being able to really, you know, just love in general. You know, those type of things that, you know, mommy issues give you. And I'm pretty certain, based on a lot of the readers I watch, a lot of people have also been experiencing the distorted divine. I'm not going to say divine. She's far from divine. Yes, I'm throwing shade. I don't care. My channel. Distorted feminine energy. There we go. A lot of people have been experiencing that, at least from what I've been seeing and what I've been getting from energetically. But staying cleansed, your meditations, teas, talking to your spirit guides, let it all flow. Don't resist it. Don't try to ignore it. Yes, it'll hurt like hell. Yes, you'll cry. Yes, you'll want to scream. Yes, you want to like punch something. Don't punch anyone, just punch a pillow. But you know, guys, what I mean. But yeah, that's the point of the self-love journey for me and for you guys. It will help everyone, especially with their heart chakra, because the heart chakra is so important, because that's what connects you with spirit. And if your heart chakra is messed up and unbalanced, because it's not like don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong, it's not always the fact that you're ignoring it. It's honestly, it could be that you're unaware of it. Hence why my slogan, if you followed my podcast for a little bit before I got to tarot, my slogan at the end of my podcast was always, what's hidden can't be discovered, so stay vigilant, my lovely owls. That's why I call you my lovely vigilant owls. If you aren't aware of what you're looking for, you're not gonna find it. That's what that saying means. That's the message Spirit wanted me to use for just my work in general. Whatever I do, from inner child to my podcast to this. If you aren't aware of what you're looking for, if you don't have any idea what you're looking for, you're not going to discover it. Hence why you always need to be vigilant. Hence why you always need to pay attention to how your body reacts to things. Pay attention to your triggers. What triggers you? How does it trigger you? What words do it? What memories come up when certain things happen? Like, what do new people have, like a trait that causes you to have like this anxiety attack or this panic attack, or makes you want to avoid things like that. You have to pay attention to every little detail in order to know thyself, in order to move correctly, and when I say move correctly, I mean move in your highest vibrational frequency. This will always stick with me. I swear, I think this was like a channeling from like C.L. Freeman through this video. I swear. Because I will always remember this video. And I think I mentioned it in one of my chakras. I don't remember which one. Feels like it might have been the crown. But if you move on a what if, you're going to be in trouble. And if you don't fix or resolve the trauma, because it's not just the trauma that happens. The trauma is an illness. And what does illness do? It causes symptoms. So if something like your mom, say, giving you self-esteem issues, then guess what? You're going to be not wanting to go to social events. So that means you miss opportunities. That means because you're not confident enough in yourself. Or you don't get the job you want because you can't speak up for yourself because you're not... because you feel like you don't deserve it because of the solar plexus issues. Or you feel like you don't deserve to even love yourself because the person that was supposed to, give you that love and teach you how to do it, they just constantly picked at you for no reason. Those type of things. So it's not just the illness. That's why shadow work and being vigilant is so important. Because it's not just the illness you have to cure. Yes, you cure the trauma, but you need to be aware of the symptoms it caused. Okay, so that's why. So my channel is mainly for, and I'm gonna talk to the last. I'm gonna speak on the last series too. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. That's why I made this channel, basically for tarot as well. I have a separate channel, but it's gonna be in the next series. I'm gonna talk about the next series I talk about, but that's why I made this channel, so I can walk my vigilant owls, get some more people that want to be vigilant owls, so that they understand the know thyself process, which is the shadow work process of getting through your traumas, getting through your self-love, and getting through and being able to be connected with spirit, being able to connect with your higher self, because they're two separate things. being able to be connected with your inner child, which I'm about to talk about next, so that you can really create the reality that's for your highest vibrational frequency. Yes, that is why I've created this channel. So if you're watching this and you subscribe to me, thank you so much, my Vigilant Owl, for being a part of this community that I'm trying to grow. Yes, because I want my Vigilant Owls to be experts on themselves, so that they can also help others, so they can also discover their gifts. Because guess what? If your trauma is so bad, you can forget about even discovering your abilities, honestly. Because you're gonna be like, I would say one really common trauma symptom is anxiety. So anxiety leads to doubt. So doubt, you're gonna constantly doubt yourself in this. You're gonna constantly be like, I'm not good enough for this. I don't want to do this. Why you don't want to do this? Because you feel like people are gonna laugh at you. Because you feel like no one's gonna listen to you, or etc., etc. But guess what? The old saying goes, you don't know if you don't try. Nothing kills a dream faster than not believing in it. Okay? So yes, cheers to the new series of self-love journey. Now, the last but not least that I'm very excited about, inner child work. Yes, yes. So, point of the inner child, it's connected to creating your reality. Yes, because the inner child is responsible for what? Your imagination. Yes, yes. And guess what? If you're so wrapped up in like not just physical things, but if you're so wrapped up in your mind about past trauma, again, I keep using the word trauma, but past memories that don't feel so good, your inner child isn't going to be able to, it is going to be able to work, but it's not going to be able to work to where it's going to help you. Because what happens when a child is scared? They imagine the worst things possible. So say you try and date and your inner child's like, oh no, they're a monster, and then you don't date, that type of thing. Or you want to manifest, I don't know, let's see, you want to manifest like say your own business, you want to manifest new job, better house, etc. Well, it's always going to be kind of distorted because your inner child isn't at its highest, I would say happiness level, maybe, just about. And your inner child is connected to your higher self. So your higher self, some people take the inner child as being your higher self, but because I see the higher self, at least mine, as a more adult version. Because my inner child just wants, to feel good, have candy, the things a child likes. So but it's also really connected. That's why I say it's a separate thing compared to your higher self, because your higher self gives you those downloads like, hey, you should probably not go there, hey, you should probably do this, hey, do this, your inner child, it brings it to life. Yes. So your higher self, and if all of this trauma, this shadow work, this not doing anything, this just being wrapped up in this dark night of the soul but not moving to like heal and break out of it, you're just in like pity, wallow, ignoring it, you're not going to be able to get proper downloads and messages from your higher self. And then your inner child is so scared from all of the constant replaying of all those bad memories that you don't want to heal, or you're avoiding, or whatever. It's going to create something really bad in your physical reality. Okay? So yes. Whew, that was a lot. But yes, this is where the channel is going, my lovely Vigilant Owls. I hope you are as excited as I am. And hopefully we continue to grow and find other baby hoots that want to grow into Vigilant Owls. Yes. So that's all I got for you guys. Please, you can please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you can get the notifications, because I noticed a lot of people have been saying they haven't been getting my videos, etc. That's kind of why. Just gotta every once in a while just check to see if you're still have the notification bell, because again, YouTube likes being a little funny. I'm just saying. Sip tea. Yum. And yeah. What else was I saying? Is there anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, yes. You can also expect, possibly after this video, sorry I had to pause for a second because so many things going on in my head right now, moving so fast in my head. My chakra videos, those will be up. Possibly I'll try to squeeze 3 videos in today. I'll do my best, but usually I can do like 2 in one day because again they're really draining. Oh yeah, also look into your sidereal charts. Those are going to be very important, especially for 2021. Your sidereal chart is your actual planetary placements when you were born. The ones that you know as tropical, those are just from a whole other system because of historical times, mainly historical is the short version of that. But your sidereals are your exact placements of when you were born, and it's gonna help you a lot, especially in your shadow work. Yes. So that's all far I got for you, my lovely vigilant owls. I can't wait for you to see the new content and more evolved content as we go along in our shadow work journeys together. And that's all I got for you. Peace and welcome the crow energy.